I'm Ashley Anderson, filling in for Morgan Fogarty tonight. First up, 2 Confederate memorials vandalized in less than 24 hours in Mecklenburg County. Earlier today, the monument at Old City Hall in Uptown was found defaced, spray painted with the word racist. A second Confederate memorial was found vandalized this afternoon near Memorial Stadium. This one had concrete smeared across both sides, obscuring the writing on the monument. And that brings us to our question of the night. Should Confederate monuments in Mecklenburg County come down? Let's take it to our crew, a.k.a. the Edgitators, Matt Harris from the Matt and Ramona Show on 107.9 The Link, comedian QCB from WFNZ Sports Radio, and humorist and writer Joanne Spataro. Thanks, guys, for being here. First up.
No, they should not come down.
Oh, I'm surprised you said that.
I'm surprised at myself. No. But here's what I'd like to add to them.
Okay.
A historical context of why they are up. A plaque or some sort of thing that says, this is when it went up, this is why it went up, this is who responsible for putting it up.
Okay.
So it gives you a little history as to, all right, did some racist people put this up? What is the history of it? Which, you know, could very well be. And you can read the writing on the one by the Grady Cole Center. It's obviously racist.
Yes.
And just give it a better perspective other than just sitting there whatever wording was on her. That is the way I think you can come to a happy medium with it. Before you start, QCB, I just want to just point out a little bit of the writing on that one that you mentioned. The last line says, accepting something of war, they preserve the Anglo-Saxon civilization of the South. It's very clear what they're talking about there. Dan Morrill, as we heard in the 10 o'clock news, he's the director of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Historic Landmarks Commission. He said clearly the language is racist. Right, and that's the kind of thing you can put on there. Right. The little, you know, by the way, notice that Anglo-Saxon word, big arrow. All right, Q, what do you think? Monuments, up or down?
Keep them up. Keep them up, because a lot of people are not educated enough to know the meaning behind the statues, the monuments, and when it comes to what's written on there, like, that was an issue before. At least I haven't heard of an issue far as being as large as the outcry was to bring the Confederate flag down itself down. Right. So I just think just doing that is really like an outlash of what happened from the result of the Confederate flag being taken down at the state capitol building in South Carolina. So I just leave it alone, get educated about it, and just move on.
Okay, Joanne?
I emotionally am kind of like, to take them down, but realistically that's not going to happen. In about a week, the House is going to look at a bill that would actually have state lawmakers interfere with counties, cities, and universities that want to take down certain monuments or replace certain monuments. It would actually allow them to never permanently remove any kind of monument, and it would have to be moved somewhere. I wonder if that might happen in this situation.
I hope that doesn't pass. I always believe that the smaller community can make up its decision on something like this, as opposed to the state government making it up. But I think it is amazing that the controversy is there, and I understand why, but no one cares about these monuments. No one's ever noticed these things before. They're overgrown with grass, and they're hidden behind a fence.
And then it's like when the KKK rode with the Confederate flags, they didn't have the monuments also on the horses either. You know, when stuff happened back in the day, they didn't have the monuments, being, I don't know the right word to say right now, but I'm just saying the monuments wasn't as important as it was with the Confederate flag to come down. I'm just going to say
Real quick, if these monuments do come down, some people are saying this is a slippery slope. Where do you stop? Does the Plymouth Rock come down? Does the Alamo come down?
Do you start taking down street signs, or, with names? It's just, we could be here all day doing that.
We could be, but I mean, the slippery slope argument, there's always anything to be a slip, but it doesn't have to be a slippery slope. You just stop it when you stop it. In each case is individual. Plymouth Rock's different than a Confederate monument. And the people saying the Confederate monuments are like our history and stuff, well, where have you been? You're looking at it, apparently. You don't even know where they are, right?
Yeah, what about Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, it depends if they put little hoods over them or something.
Real quick, how about those that argue that these aren't necessarily celebrating hate, but they're honoring and respecting veterans, and all veterans should be respected?
I agree with that.
Well,
I agree with that.
And they're monuments of a time.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line, and there's not much you can do about it. I mean, you can remove them, but the history's still there, so it doesn't change it.
You wouldn't protest about the monuments then, don't do it now.